Hey guys, Jarek here, and today we're going to be looking at the Snowwolf Barrett M99 50 cal sniper rifle. I can say I have had the privilege of shooting a real Barrett M99 at a local gun shoot, however, I did not have my camera with me at that time. I can't really use anyone else's content of them shooting an M99, but since I am a machinima partner and a machinima director, I can use video game gameplay in my videos without getting some copyright infringement. Most other games that have a Barrett 50 cal either have the M82 or have the M99's brother, the M95, which is a magazine-fed version of the same thing. The game you are currently seeing is called Killing Floor. It's only on PC and is exclusively bought through Steam. The game itself actually doesn't have an M99 in it, however someone made a weapon pack that works with the leveling up system that you can use. The weapon pack is called the IJC weapon pack, and I put a link down below in the video information if you wish to download it and add it to your Killing Floor. Please note that sometimes when Killing Floor updates it breaks this weapon pack, and then the original guys that made the external weapon pack release their own update and usually fix it. Surprisingly enough, this M99 is fairly true to the real deal, even though it was made by only a 2-man mod team. The real M99 is a bullpup bolt-action 50 cal that loads in one bullet at a time, unlike its M95 brother, which holds in a mag of 5 50 cal rounds. Although the one in the game reigns somewhat true to the real 50 cal, you're not going to be running around with this thing. It's a very, very heavy gun. The M99 was designed by an American firearm company called Barrett Firearms in 1999. I'm sure all of you are aware of this firearms company, especially after they made the M82. The M99 can actually be found in several variations, including the variation that fires the .416 Barrett round. However, the variation that fires the 50 BMG is the most common.
He goes sodding invisible too?
One in the pie.
As you can tell by just looking at the box, this is a pretty large gun and reigns fairly true to the real M99. I'm not exactly a very small person. I stand at about 6 feet tall and have really long arms. The box itself is a standard cardboard box coming from a Chinese company. It just has some styrofoam padding inside of the box to help the gun during shipping. When you open the box, you're greeted with 2 posters that they give you for free. Now it's cool they're trying to give you some extra stuff in the box and all, but these posters are laughably bad. The first poster you look at looks like they took the picture in a park. You can see cars and bathrooms in the background, and on top of that, it's painfully obvious that the gun is photoshopped into the picture. The gun itself has different lighting than what's in the picture itself, and the gun doesn't even interact with what's going on in the picture. There's no indents in the grass. It doesn't even look like the guy is holding it. They literally took a picture they saw online and photoshopped their gun into the hands of that person in the picture. The second poster isn't as bad, at least it doesn't look like they took the picture in a local park. However, it's still painfully obvious that the gun is photoshopped in. The bipod doesn't interact with the loose dirt underneath it, and it doesn't even look like the guy is holding it. Once again, they just photoshopped their gun into somebody else's hands. Now, in all honesty, this really means absolutely nothing to the gun, but it's something that I felt really compelled to point out just because of how badly it was photoshopped. Moving on to a part of the review that actually matters, this gun comes with a bag that has an Allen wrench key in it, a carrying handle to put on the top of the gun, a low quality bag of 0.2 gram BBs. I would recommend throwing these away. They're probably going to jam up your gun or break in the barrel, which is even worse. An instruction manual which didn't have too much Chinglish in it and is overall pretty thick. This tells you everything you'll ever need to know about your M99. A long and jamming rod to fit down the long barrel of this gun, a speed loader and a small helpful tool to help you load up the magazines, an L96 styled magazine which sits flush inside of the gun, a large solid metal bipod, and of course you get the large 20-pound beast of a rifle, the Snowwolf Barrett M99. The first thing you'll want to do is put this bipod on your gun. This is very easy to do and only requires you to push in one pin. The pin clicks into place pretty positively and I don't see it coming out on you in the field. Clicking the bipod into place is very simple, simply pull away and down. This gun does not come with a scope of any kind or any way to attach it, so I would recommend finding some high-res O-rings and a scope suitable for this gun. I currently don't have anything suitable for this gun laying around, so normal O-rings and a 4x32 scope will have to do for now. Attaching the carrying handle is as simple as screwing it onto the top rail. This carrying handle is made of the same very solid die-cast metal that the rest of the gun is made out of and can easily hold the whole weight of the gun, even though this gun weighs 20 pounds. As I mentioned before, this gun uses L96 magazines and is entirely compatible with L96 parts. Loading up the L96 magazine is very simple with the tool that comes with this gun. The bipod can be adjustable to 5 different slots. If you want to adjust it down, simply pull down on the bipod, and to fold it back up, push a button on the side of the bipod and slide it back in place. This gun actually has two different safeties. The regular safety on the side of the gun near the trigger guard is actually non-functioning. You can still pull the trigger whether it's on safe or not. The true safety is on the actual bolt of the gun. You flick that back, it clicks into place, and you can't pull the trigger. When you take the mag out of this gun, you can find the hop-up unit, which is a little metal bar inside of the mag well. I actually really like this hop-up unit. The reason being is that it's made of metal and can't simply break by you accidentally pulling it a little bit too hard, and it's in a very easy to reach place, but not a too easy to reach place to where you can bump it out of placement. I'm sure you've noticed it already and probably already left a comment about it, but the giant orange muzzle brake is the biggest con about this gun. Not only is it ugly as hell, but it's very hard to find an actual black muzzle brake in the airsoft market. I don't think you can. Now I'm sure you'll be able to get a real muzzle brake to fit on this and probably get it to work fine, but the fact that you have to go that out of your way is kind of annoying. On top of that, the muzzle brake it comes with is very low quality. It's plastic, you can see a giant seam through the middle of it, and it's only screwed on by 2 screws. Like I said, this is the biggest con of the gun. Now that I've got that rant out, I can say the rest of the gun is very solidly built. It's made entirely out of die-cast metal, and I've heard some rumors saying the bolt will break on you, saying it's brittle and it's not a very high quality. I'm here to tell you this bolt is very solid. I don't see it breaking on you at any given moment. As far as performance goes, you should already know what to expect. This gun is basically an L96 shoved into an M99 body. It's incredibly accurate and already makes for a great sniper platform. The fact that they basically took an L96 and put it into a different body, I can't really complain. You have more than enough replacement parts and plenty of upgrades. You can make this the best sniper out on the field if you really wanted to. With that said, stock out of the box, this gun is shooting at 430 feet per second, and when I tested the accuracy of this gun, I was easily able to hit targets at 150 feet with numerous things going wrong. I was trying to fire in the middle of a very windy winter storm. In fact, as of right now, we are still under flood advisory, which is really not too rare in the city of Portland. The scope was not dialed in and it was shooting up and left. I did not have heavy enough BBs to accurately present the accuracy of this gun, and the hop-up unit was also not dialed in. With that said, still at 150 feet, easily able to hit the targets, and I could guess you'd be able to take it back to 250 feet and consistently hit a human-sized target. And as I have already stated numerous times, it is L96 compatible, so if you wanted to make this gun even better or shoot at a higher velocity, you can easily do so. I honestly would tell you to leave the velocity where it is, because if you make the spring any tougher to pull back, it's going to be very awkward and sort of hard to do, since this is a bolt-up bolt action. The motion itself does take a little bit of time to get used to, but after a little bit of a while, it won't be that difficult. You're probably asking me if this gun is fieldable, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and say yes. This gun does weigh almost 20 pounds, it's very heavy, but if you are being a true marksman, you're not going to be moving a whole lot, and this gun is going to be very steady for you. With that said, if you are below average height or below average size, I would not recommend this gun for you. To give you a better idea of how big this gun actually is, you've seen me shooting it numerous times. I stand at about 6 feet tall, and even compared to me it looks fairly large. What you're seeing now is my roommate shooting the gun. He stands at about 5'2", 5'3". He's definitely what you consider a little bit below average with height and a little bit below average with size. This gun is very large for him. So if you are around that height, I wouldn't really recommend this gun for you. So what's my final conclusion? If this is your type of thing and you really like 50 cals, then this is a very good gun to look into and you really don't have much other choice. For only around $200, this gun is a steal. That about sums up my review. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.
don't understand.
I don't understand, man. I got a scar.
I'm just a simple man that loves moon pies.
What the fuck is with you and moon pies lately?
I'm from the Louisiana.
That is the worst attempt. No.
Shut up. What does other people say? Fucking dogs.
If you're into that thing, what the fuck a knifed an LCD and money flew
I
out?
am from the South.
Gabe!
Maybe.
Now that you just offended everybody from the South.
Ah!
Alright, I don't think this is gonna stick around for long though. I think it's gonna melt by tomorrow because the snow is already starting to melt.